Hey everyone, hey guys, how are you all doing? I hope everyone is doing great. Welcome to the second episode of You Are Not Ordinary podcast. I'm excited. And first of all, I just want to thank you guys for the feedback, the interaction in whichever way you did of my first episode that I shot last Monday. I'm truly grateful, and it's because of people like you that God didn't let fear hold me back. You guys fueled me, you poured into me, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful for that. Anyway, just to remind you, the purpose of the podcast is to motivate, to empower, to just speak everything life, embracing and owning our own beautiful journeys as we all seek and try to live in our divine purpose. And I hope it serves its purpose for sure. Anyway, how's your week been, guys? My week has been great. I hope everyone had a fantastic week, and for everything that went right, be grateful, and for everything that went wrong, everything that didn't work out in your own way, forget about it and just choose to be grateful for whatever went right. Don't put your energy in whatever didn't go wrong, and continue hoping for better days ahead. You're standing here today and you're listening to me today. That means you're a conqueror and you were able to face whatever challenges life threw at you last week. And choose to be grateful. Yep. Yeah. Anyway, for today's episode, I just wanted to talk more of fear. Like, is fear holding you back? Because it almost did to me. And I just wondered, like, the whole week I was thinking, like, how many people have not done what they wanted to do because of fear? How many people have held back because of maybe being scared of what people are gonna say, being scared of being seen trying, which it did to me. And let's talk about fear. Let's tackle fear. There's good fear and there's bad fear. There's good fear, for example, that when you're crossing the road, you see a car, you don't want to be hit, you move back, for example. Or the fear that protects you, the fear that keeps you safe. That's good fear. But again, there's the fear that prevents us from doing the things that we love, the things that have been put in our heart, like our passions, things that we love, because we're maybe afraid of judgment and we're afraid of failing. To be honest, fear is a natural human emotion, and we'll all experience it in our day-to-day life experiences. But what matters the most is how we face our fears. Like, do we let the fear win? Do we let the fear affect our lives? Or do we find ways to manage it, And when you're filled with the negative thoughts, I feel like it's good to dispute them. It's good to be mindful and acknowledge the fears, and then find helpful ways to respond to them. Like, for example, before I started this podcast, I was scared. I was really, really scared. I questioned my ability sometimes, even when I knew that I had it in me. I was scared of judgment. I was scared of being seen, fear made me keep asking people for reassurance. Like, I just wanted people to keep reassuring me that I'm doing the right thing, that this is a good thought. But that's just my fear that was creeping in. But you need to start replacing that fear, those fearful thoughts, with positive thoughts. So for me, instead of questioning my ability, instead of questioning how people are gonna react, I started replacing those thoughts like, who is connected to my destiny? Who is going to listen to this podcast and be inspired and impacted? There's someone out there whose life will be transformed because of a word I say. There's someone out there who needs to be told that it's okay, keep going. God loves you. You're doing okay. You don't need to be scared, So instead of focusing on the negatives or the fearful thoughts, I started replacing my thoughts. And true to that, you start getting more courageous. You start believing in yourself more, And when you remember who you are and what God has put in you and the power that you hold, when you also remember what God says about fear, about you, like in the book of Philippians, God says, do not worry about anything, but ask God for everything that you need, always giving thanks for what you have. That definitely motivates you to keep going for sure. If God has put something in your heart, you just need to do the best with what you've got, and God is faithful enough and will not leave you empty-handed in the place that He has called you to. Last episode, I said in my description that if God has put something in your heart, you don't need the world to endorse it. You have to just keep moving and doing that thing that He has told you to do, and God will bring it to pass at His right time. He makes everything perfect, and God doesn't give you a dream unless He already has a way to bring it to pass. So why are you letting fear get in the way? Why are you letting fear hold you back? Don't let fear hold you back, and you'll be surprised at what you can do, because you need to choose, because everything has its own hard. Are you gonna choose the hard of being scared and not doing what you are called to do? Or are you gonna choose the hard of doing it scared, doing it scared, or not doing it at all? Because at the end of the day, each of them is hard, So don't be scared. That's my word for today. Don't be scared. Don't let fear get in the way. You need to keep going. You need to do it scared. Ask God to give you the power and the might and the strength to go through whatever it is that you feel is difficult at that time, Remember, you belong to Christ Jesus, and God's peace will stand guard over you, your thoughts and your feelings. And also remember that you can do everything through Christ who strengthens you. So don't let fear hold you back. What are you scared of? What are you scared of? Don't be scared. Don't let fear make you not speak up when you should. Don't let fear stop you from going after your dreams, from going after that idea that God has put in your heart. You need to get over the fear. You need to redirect your fears into your purpose, into your whys, why are you doing that? Why are you starting that? And let that replace the thoughts of fear. Also, I wanted to talk about expectations, the expectations that have been put in us, or the expectations that we've put in ourselves, and also how we forget our purpose, how we forget our own powers, how we forget who we are as individuals by letting other external things stop us from fulfilling and accomplishing our dreams, our goals, and whatever we have set ourselves, to accomplish. Life is to be lived, and sometimes we get caught up in the goals, the ambitions, the work expectations, and we truly lose sight of what it truly means to live and to love on life. As I had said in my previous episode, life is not a one-size-fits-all, and you're supposed to do things that make you happy, things that align with you as a person. It's unfortunate that we live in a society that has put out expectations, standards, or what seems to be like a blueprint to the right way of living. And who says that's the right way? You need to curate your own journey. You need to curate your own path, because for example, the social media or just whatever is happening in the social media, if you don't read a book, if you don't go to the gym, if you don't eat this and this, if you don't look this certain way, and so many other expectations that have been put out there. Sometimes it's not even just fear within ourselves. Sometimes it's the external things that stop us from fulfilling and living out our true selves, living out how we're supposed to be, or how God has called us to be, I mean, all I'm saying is you just have to define your life in a way that makes sense to you. If this is your truth, live by it. Don't let what society says, don't let what the social media world says, or what external things out there say that this is the right way of doing things, stop you from living your true self. You need to seek the power within you. You need to seek the things that you're good at. You need to think of your own life as your own life, without being controlled or without living to the expectations of others out there. There's so much comparison in the world, especially in the social media, that if you don't do this, you're not fitting. If you don't work this kind of job, if you're not self-employed, if you're not this and that. I mean, there's so many things out there, so many comparisons, and we're busy looking at other people's lives that we forget ours. It's like, for example, let's take our lives as shapes. If your life is a square and someone else's life is a triangle or a star, and you're trying to fit your square into you're trying to fit it into their star looking life, it's never gonna fit. And that's when we spend years trying to live other people's lives, trying to live their expectations, trying to copy how they do things, and it all leads to anger. It all leads to frustrations. It steals your joy. You feel like your life doesn't make sense anymore. You live unfulfilled life, So sometimes it's not just fear. It's not just fear holding you back. It's also the external things out there that are holding you back, that are making you doubt yourself, Everyone for sure is going through something different. And out there, everyone is going through something different. And you yourself too, you're going through something different. And choose to embrace yourself as you are. Choose to just accept your life as it is, curate your own way, curate your own path, and live by the terms of your life. Don't live by the terms of others, because that also creates fear, because you're also scared, like, are they gonna accept my way of doing things? Are they gonna accept my thoughts, or my art, my creation, my fear, internal fear is a thing, and also letting external things affect how we live. Anyway, that being said, I just hope that today you feel encouraged to not let fear get in the way for you, and also don't let the external things affect you. You're beautiful as you are. You are unique as you are. You have your own power within you to do the things that you want to do, It doesn't have to look like somebody else's way. Let your way be unique. Let it be as it is, Like, for example, there's a time I was posting a reel on my Instagram, and, there's this algorithm. If you don't do this, your reel is not going to get so many likes and stuff. And then when I posted the reel, that notification came, and it was like, oh, your reel is not gonna reach many people because it's just 15 seconds. And that made me think, like, for me, what if I'm not just posting to reach millions of people? I'm not posting to reach whatever expectations that Instagram has put out there. I'm posting because I know there's one person who's gonna interact with my reel and get inspired. And funny enough, my reel, actually that was my most played reels. It had like 1,000 plays. It's still something. I mean, can you imagine 1,000 people in your door coming to say that your reel is good, or your life is good, or just 1,000 people in your door, But yeah, I got 1,000 and I was really happy. And either way, I'm not looking at numbers. And also in that same reel, there was a lady who commented, and what did she do? She tagged, I think either his son or his friend who's going through cancer, who's fighting cancer. And that's my whole purpose. It reached one person, it encouraged one person, and I felt good about it. But if I was to leave my reel doesn't have 1,000 play, it doesn't have 100,000, 1,000,000 plays, it's not worth it, nah. I remembered my purpose, I remembered my why, I remembered why am I posting this. I'm not posting for numbers, I'm posting to inspire one person out there, and it did, and I'm happy, I'm fulfilled. So don't let these external things make you not do what you love. Don't let them make you feel unworthy. You are worthy, you deserve the best, your life is beautiful as it is, your journey is beautiful as it is, and keep going, keep showing up for yourself, keep doing the things that you love. Don't let fear get in the way, and just keep showing up, keep doing what you're doing, keep loving on life. And as we've said, if God has put something in your heart, it's for a reason, it's for a purpose. And if you trust in God, He's gonna make it happen at His own time. So keep going, and keep going. Don't let fear get in the way. That was basically it, and I hope this podcast is gonna inspire someone. And if it's not gonna inspire you, everyone is going through something different, and my words may not be the words that will make your situation better now, but I'm sending each and every one of you love, light, positive vibrations, and whatever you need to get through the season that you're in. And I hope for those who it's gonna resonate with, that it blesses you, it impacts you, and you get something out of it. And I'll see you guys in the next episode next Monday. I'm excited, and let's keep going. Let's keep going and growing. And my podcast is on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts, it's on iHeart, and I've distributed it in many apps, and I'll keep trying to distribute it in many other apps to be accessible to everyone, really, because everyone uses different apps. And I'll keep learning this technical stuff. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I'm excited, and I'm enjoying the growth. And enjoy the podcast, guys, and see you next Monday. I hope all of you have a lovely week, have a blessed week, and don't let fear stop you from doing the things that you love. Keep showing up for yourself, and God bless you all, and thank you for being here once again. Thank you, guys.